influence and NFTs. First off, let's do a little bit of an introduction. So let's go through this group. Guys, in 30 seconds or less, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing in cryptocurrency with your current business interests. Why did these people come to our panel today?
Sure. My name's Greg Gopman. I've been in Web 2 for 10 years, building developer communities. I've been in Web 3 for 5 years. I built infrastructure companies in the space. In the NFT space, I ran product at Eternity, which does celebrity NFTs. I advised a couple projects, and I run a consultancy called Mewn, where we help projects big and small help Mewn, you know when Mewn. And one of my main clients is Kadena, which I'm really proud of. We got these great hoodies, which is what these are, by the way. They're super awesome.
Awesome. Thank you for that. Eyal, do you have you got a microphone as well. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about what you do. It's kind of, I mean, both you guys, like your influence, like what you do behind the scenes is so far reaching. For some of us, it's hard to encapsulate it in 30 seconds, but you can give it a shot in 30 seconds.
Sure. So my name is Eyal Baumel. I run a company called Yoola. Our core business is 4,000 channels on YouTube, where we help them to develop their audience and monetize their content. And now we start really investing and creating products and companies with this talent and with these creators. And obviously also saw the interesting opportunity for influencers engagement with NFTs. We launched our first project with Gary Vaynerchuk a few months ago, and it was a collab between Gary and the biggest creator that we manage, who is a 7-year-old named Nastya, who has 250 million subscribers on YouTube. And we now work with more creators to go into this unbelievable world of NFTs.
That's phenomenal. Oh my gosh, guys, my head is spinning right now with you two of you on stage. So Mike, will you let us know also, right now with NFTs, where are you at in the cryptocurrency, blockchain, NFT space and content creation?
First of all, let me take out my backpack, okay? I wanted to leave it in the audience, but you're not supposed to trust people.
He's a Sherpa.
You're supposed to verify,
NFT
right?
Sherpa.
These bags get heavy.
No, I'm a stand-up comedian. I've been in the crypto space forever. I combined the two and put them together. And thanks for clapping already. Makes me feel good. I made it real easy to find me across the board on all social media platforms. I got the same name. So if you like what you see, you can follow me on the Cash App at the Mike Salvi. It's the best way to get a hold of me. Well, my phone just went off already. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. That really did. That really happened. Now, I'm the first stand-up comedian to make NFTs, which sounds very impressive, but the first NFTs I made, for those of you that know, NFT stands for non-fungible tokens. I made FTs. I made fungible tokens. I made a whole bunch of one-on-ones. I did them completely wrong. It's like I bought a Lamborghini and crashed it into the first brick wall I could find. But I'm still awesome. So that's my story.
Yeah, guys, give it
Thanks,
up for our
bud.
panel here.
Thank you, you. You keep clapping, I'll send you NFTs for free.
And to our panelists, guys, make sure you hold your microphone real close. I heard them kind of struggling with our feedback levels. These poor tech guys. They put on a great show, guys, the last 2 days. So thank you for that. Let's kick things off by asking a bit, what comes first, the chicken or the egg? Working with influencers and trying to deal with influence are two different things, right? And with NFTs, you can go in either direction, where you can have a bit of a cult of personality that creates the NFT through line and creates the NFT series, the motivation for creating something, or you can go the other way around, and you can try to leverage the influence that you currently work with to promote NFT projects. What are you seeing that is a unique challenge for you? What are you seeing as trends? What's working for you?
So I can speak for when we used to work with Eternity. Eternity is probably the largest influencer NFT platform out there to date. And so like they've launched everything from Shaq's NFTs to Messi to like you name it. So like Muhammad Ali, before these things come and before they come to market, when everyone sees them and like the real fun part happens, there's so much contract negotiation that goes on over the IP and the rights and the who's who and the creation and the artist that works on it. It's a ton. So there's like usually months behind the scene that happens before you even see the launch. And then the successful launch, the best ones we've done are the ones that like they're actually very engaged into and they actually care about and they're supporting, they're tweeting, they're proud of their NFTs and like stoked about it, because then these celebrity NFTs or influencer NFTs really are about their fans coming in and like, making the market for it, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, Eyal, what are you seeing most run through your business? Is it more of this top-down thing where you got a lot of planning in order to see this launch by way of it being a personality or brand-driven thing with the influencer? Or are you finding that your initiatives are being sort of more, you're just getting more market penetration through the influence network?
Yeah, I think it's interesting because obviously it's so new, but you always see when a new platform or a new industry comes, usually the most successful either projects or IP or talent are people that are really organically grew with the industry. And that's why the biggest project, biggest NFT projects, CryptoPunks, Board API Club, you don't even know who these people are. And still, these are the most successful projects. So usually the first pioneers that get the most success in this new industries are people that organically grew up with the industry. But you see more and more people now are very hungry, and there is a big appetite for them to be playing in the game, either as I want to buy NFTs, how do I do it, and how do I support projects that I like and bring my audience to support it. As you see, a lot of celebrity now buy Bored Apes and talking about it and creating more and more buzz and being part of the community. But on the other end, a lot of them want to launch their own projects. But it's, as you mentioned, one challenge is obviously the contracts and the IP and what's going to happen. But always remember, when you're a celebrity and you're already successful or an influencer, you have a lot to lose. And they know that. And they don't want to lose their reputation. They don't want to lose their audience. And some people, dropping an NFT and getting a lot of backlash for many reasons. So you need to be very smart how you do it. So I think, people are starting to tap into the market, but it doesn't matter how big you are, you can misstep, and it's better to just engage and learn about the NFT industry and what's happening and buy NFTs before you jump and create your own project. So I, both can work, but I see that the organic, projects that start as NFTs are the most successful ones.
That's phenomenal. Mike, I mean, what do you got here as well? I know you and I, we talk about this in our circle of friends as well, and our contacts, where we see a lot of grassroots stuff that hits our desk, hits our radar. What are you seeing? What perspective do you have to bring to this as well, as far as, where things are flowing?
All right, well, just to throw my resume out there, I've been in the crypto space since just about the beginning, okay, since 2012. 2012, I hosted the East Coast Bitcoin Summit in Philadelphia. When Bitcoin was $10, I bought my first 2 Bitcoin, spent $20, and then 30 seconds later, I bought a T-shirt for $20 and 2 Bitcoin. Still have the T-shirt. You have a $130,000 T-shirt. Thanks for not laughing, because it's sad. I say that to tell you, I've been in this for a long time. I'm here for the reasons before why kind of Bitcoin was even around. Liberty Dollar Days, Bernard von Nothaus, Free Ross, all that stuff. Ross Ulbricht. I'm a stand-up comic. A friend of mine was like, what if Dave Chappelle finds out about NFTs? I was like, I'm not totally screwed, Dave Chappelle's not in a big rush. I mean, he got a lot of money from Netflix. I don't think he's necessarily doing it for financial reasons. I'm not 100% doing it for financial reasons, but the people that know me in the space, the reason why I'm on stage, this wasn't supposed to happen. About 18 minutes ago, I bumped into Seth, and he goes, I love you, I haven't seen you, I need to see you up on stage. He didn't tell me he loved me, but he does. And the reason why is because he knows me, and he trusts me, and he knows where I'm coming from. The grassroots stuff is what really works. If you don't know who Ken Bozak is, look him up. The reason why Ken Bozak is so successful is because he's a grassroots guy. And big companies are coming to him. Rap snacks. You guys know what rap snacks are? If you don't know what rap snacks are, you're not from the hood. You got excited. You leaned up. I think you know what rap snacks are. I've been eating rap snacks since I was a kid. Master P owns rap snacks now. They always have a different wrapper on the snack. I don't mind telling you, everyone on the cover is black.
Take notes.
The very first guy that's going to be on, a white guy, is not going to be me, but my friend Ken Bozak is going to be the first white dude on rap snacks. All because of NFTs. These people are coming to us. We don't have to go to them. And shout out to Gary Vee and whoever else is big and bringing eyes on it. Bring it on. Everybody come along. But, I don't mind telling you, we don't need you.
What was the question again?
What was the question again? The question was, is grassroots really going to work, or big influencers? And I'm coming maybe a little bit more passionately about, coming from grassroots. But you want my answer? It's grassroots. Maybe I'll walk around the block to go next door sometimes, but it's a nice out.
Yeah, thank you, and I appreciate that, guys. That's why, again, that's why when I ran into Mike, it wasn't even a question. We have to we have to understand in this NFT space that everybody gets a vote. It's decentralized and permissionless, right? When we go to retail, right? They vote with their Satoshis, they vote with their Ether, they vote with their gas fees in particular. So on that note, let's talk a little bit about like methods of distribution and what you guys are seeing by way of influence in NFTs. Is there something that you're finding is there a natural gatekeeping process when it comes to platform and costs? Are you seeing that there's a bit of stratification of NFTs as they roll out, or are you finding that it's more of a qualifier for certain brands you work with?
I actually think it's one of the most interesting points, because if you think everybody now is stuck with Web 1, Web 2, Web 3, but before even the internet, gatekeepers controlled everything. If you want to be on a TV show, you need a casting director to say yes. If you want to be on radio, you need a music executive, a label executive to say yes. Then came social media and YouTube and TikTok, Instagram. Now the gatekeeper on these platforms is the algorithm. So there's no executive now it's an algorithm. And I think the beauty with NFTs is even the algorithm is not a real gatekeeper anymore. So there are basically no gatekeepers left. You can say that OpenSea can decide, who's going to be on the homepage, but that doesn't really matter. I think now, as you said, it's really an open market, and what matters is who builds the community, who can tell a good story, who can create an amazing art. So it becomes more pure who you are, what you represent, and what you can build around your story and your community, which I think that's why it really made it the biggest opportunity ever, although it's something that already happened before, that people from everywhere has an opportunity. Now it just really opened the floodgates.
Hey, that's awesome. Yeah. And
so I think there's 3 types of NFTs, or maybe like 4 types. You have like your real art NFTs, right? Then you have like your PFP projects. Then you have maybe like big brands making things in the space, and maybe like influencer NFTs, which are also, they're all very different. And so depending on the vertical that you're looking at for them, in the PFP world, it is a gatekeeper world. So that world really is about like, am I going to make money? Like, it's not so much just the art. I mean, most of the NFTs are, am I going to make money, right? And so, and there's a lot of big influencers in the NFT space, like Farouk or others that like are somewhat gatekeepers, where if they're backing you and they're running your Clubhouse or your Twitter Spaces, really pushing it, like it is a much better chance of popping off than a lot of these things that that's kind of like the name of the game in this version. And crypto evolves, like it goes through phases. So I think we're almost done with the PFP phase. Kind of feels like it's oversaturated to some extent. But there's in every one of those verticals there still are gatekeepers, but there's some nuance to like new people that can break through without like any support or like a traditional support, because they're doing something so novel and so cool that like people really jump to it, and that's the decentralization part, which is really awesome. But I think we're a little bit more in the side of the NFT world now, where like there are fiefdoms and there are power players, and
Yeah, so I mean, that's the follow-up question too. To what extent are you guys finding that this winds up just raising the bar? I mean, Greg, you brought up a great point there in saying that occasionally you'll see that these projects break through, not because they're gatekeepers, but despite the fact that they're gatekeepers, they hack the current status quo. Whatever it is, right? It's a moving target, right? Like you just said, the motivations don't differ all that much, right? Most of us are after some kind of growth, and ideally, like it's for the financials. I'm sorry. You all are in it for the tech. I know.
You guys are in it for the NFT tech, right?
Yeah.
Can't get enough of it. There it is. True believer.
Yeah. But we're all looking for growth on some level, right? Whether it's adoption or it's total wallets on a given protocol or something else. Like we're looking for something to grow.
Crypto's main game is it's here to make us money.
Yeah.
Crypto's here to take money away from the people who used to make money and make it with like new people that are creating it. And NFTs is a new product innovation in the space that unlocks new value in a bunch of different ways.
So that's where I'm wondering then. Do you find this functions as a good, like kind of organic qualifier then? When there are gatekeepers and then you see that the hustle has to go up. I mean, I'm kind of like, That's a very loaded question. I don't mean for it to be so like, hey, just give me a yes. But what are you seeing there? Do you feel like that rings true, or are you seeing exceptions to that? To what extent is this becoming like not pay to play, but hustle to play, hustle to earn? Is there meritocracy in NFTs? Like, are you seeing this really expressed in your business, and how?
Well, every creator of an NFT, right, it's their responsibility to figure out a way to make the project successful so all their followers make money on it, right? Like, you're basically creating something in the public markets right away, and so you have to strategize and have a attack plan, right? And so, like, even what you're doing, like, you might be working with Gary, but like, if he's not pushing, you got to figure out a way to push it for your people if he's not pushing it.
Yeah, and you see some people are trying to innovate. It's funny because even the innovation is still quite basic, but when people innovate, like, I don't know if you guys saw Wolf, that game. So if you saw the NFT project called Wolf, that game, it's basically a combination of NFT, DeFi, and you stake a coin that you get. So they have a coin, they have DeFi, they have NFT. It's still not really a game. It's as basic as it can get, but it got a lot of buzz because they innovated. And you see these things happen, and they had no gatekeepers and they had no real promotion, but they made something different, and it blew up. It might disappear in a few weeks, but it's so early that even people that have some minor changes can break through.
Awesome. Hey, to our audience that's watching us streaming, obviously everybody who's here in the meat space, MEAT, thank you. Everybody who's watching at home streaming for the DCentral. Let me clear my throat.
And we have COVID in Miami.
Yeah, let me clear my throat. Do hit us up on Twitter with the hashtag DCentral Miami 2021 and ask a question for this panel right here. Bring those through, and audience here, please do check our Twitter feed and go ahead and hit us up with those questions here, as well as a question you have for the panel. Be thinking about it over the next couple of minutes, because we are going to finish with a little bit of Q&A. But I want to make sure that our streaming audience gets an opportunity to be represented. It's only fair. It's only right when we're talking about this totally virtualized world that we we'll draw some of that audience in as well, because we do have quite a few watching.
I saw a finger raise over here.
Which one? The hashtag is DCentral Miami 2021. I think that's what we have trending right now. So let's go ahead and reinforce it.
What is the most exciting comedy NFT that you're excited about?
Oh man, all the ones I made, because they're mine, and they're the first. There's one about Spider-Man you have to look up. I can flip a room upside down with what I have to tell you about Spider-Man, but it's an NFT. It's an NFT. Yeah, that's my favorite one.
Is this an NFSW NFT?
Make sure the kids aren't around. Yeah. It's just a pretty interesting analogy about Spider-Man. No, all seriousness, just the opportunity, really, all of it to be able to do this. Like, one day my friend Ken was like, you've been into crypto as long as you have. Why have you not made any of your bits as NFTs? And I was like, I'm lazy. Give me a break. And I finally did it, and I'm so glad I did, because the past 3 out of the 4 weeks I haven't been home, which is kind of exciting. Some of you are laughing. You're like, yeah, I wish I could do that too. Now, like, my family, I told them I went out for cigarettes. I haven't been back since. But all seriousness, it's because cryptocurrency and comedy, a lot of these conferences are boring, okay? And guys like me make it a little bit more exciting. Your heads are perking up. I see them, okay? I know what I'm doing. Thanks, but I'm not doing that for this. Wait, before we do that, I want to tell you that there's room for all that. There's room for the Bored Ape stuff. There's room for all that, really. But just like in high school, there was room for the jocks. I sat with all the nerds because nobody else wanted to sit with each other. It was like, can we sit here? And that's kind of what we are. We're the grassroots kids. None of my NFTs are for sale for less than $10,000 now. I sold them for 15. It's the market's fault. But that's the way of telling the world that we're not letting these go yet. That's how important these are. And they've been up like that for over a year. There's more coming. I don't know. I say that to say that since there is room for all of us, don't worry about getting on the best, whatever. The things that Bored Apes are doing is great. They're starting a record label, but some of the price levels are a little high, and those barriers are there for sure. Stop inviting me to yacht parties. For real. I'm getting DMs like, yo, you should come do comedy on a yacht party. I'm like, cool. And they're like, here's a scanned code to buy 3 Ether. I'm like, what the? No, what are you kidding me? You're supposed to hire me. On a boat? I'm Italian. I don't go on boats alone. Okay? I got uncles. Anyway, so I don't know. Follow me on Twitter.
I don't know if anyone saw this, but Justin's son from Tron bought a Bored Ape for like $15 million or some shit today. Or 150, like some.
He could have bought an excited monkey for like $40.
But did he announce the announcement of the purchase?
Yeah, maybe it's Justin's son, so you can't believe anything he says. It's all bullshit, you know. But like, kind of like the Tron he paid for it with was bullshit. But goddamn.
Hey man, Michael Jackson bought it like an elephant or something, didn't he? Whatever. People spend money.
What do you think about adding utility to some of your current or future NFTs?
So glad you asked that. They've had a utility since day one for over a year. So if you hold any of my NFTs, I have a team called Haha for Hire, 4 of the funniest people in Philadelphia. And if you hold our NFTs, you get into any of our shows for free. I did this before Kings of Leon. I have a thing called Haha Forever. If you buy that, you get into any of the shows that any of us are doing forever. And Kings of Leon did a golden ticket. So there are utility cases now. There's more coming. I can't say yet. My team's launching some stuff in a couple of days, but yeah. Follow me on Twitter.
Cool.
The Mike Salvi. That's the best question you could second best question you could ask me. THE Mike Salvi.
Some fans of you coming in.
What's up? Yeah, so ask them. That's my team.
What up, Tim?
What's your question? Come on up. I'm not laughing. Come on.
You know what? Actually, don't. They've got security over there. They're really mean.
I would say we don't have anything to do with it. We're not organizers, you know. But
I don't disagree.
Sure. So if I may,
I'm white, but I ain't white.
Only because of the broadcast, I'm gonna restate your question so they hear it.
So she's
asking. You're asking about. I apologize. What's your name?
My handle is Rad Laser Falcon. I'm on Ethereal.
Rad Laser Falcon on Ethereal. Give it up.
Woo!
Asks here live about representation on the panels and talking about how in the show she's seeing a lot of people of color. She's seeing a lot of women here. And how she's not seeing that on the panels. Now, to level with you, I was asked about, it might have been 7.5 minutes before I ran into Mike. I was asked to moderate. I'm not going to get weird with it. Yo soy cubano americano. I mean, I'm in my element, but I'm an undercover Latin brother, right? You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. And I get that. Like, it does seem
we
very
got 5
whitewashed.
minutes left. If you'd like to switch to me, I'm down. I'm moderating the next panel, so I'd be happy to. If you'd like to jump on stage. Yeah.
On the next one. He's moderating a next panel, and that's great. But I think the deeper thing here is where is it on the flyer? Like where are the women on the flyer? Where are the people of color on the flyer? Where are all that? And I have no idea. My question has always been, where's the funny comic? So I'm in line kind of behind you guys. I'm like, no, you go ahead. Because my mama raised me right. But really, like, I agree. And I will tell you this, people like Danielle, Ignition NFT, or MASH, all these people who are great, like very powerful women that are in this space that are doing stuff, follow them, blow them up. Like, I don't know what else to say. You know, we'll do it, but it's hard for us too sometimes because, like, you know, we don't want to be the creepy dude pushing them out either.
But by the way, yesterday there was a panel with the founder of World of Women, who is a great NFT leader. And I think she represents more, obviously, female voices and female artists. But I think everybody needs to amplify people like her. But I think, again, I'm not talking about the panel and the conference. I'm talking in general in the space. There are no real gatekeepers. And she talked about it that, you know, obviously we want to empower anyone and we want to have, you know, fair playing field. But she just talked about it and how she was very successful, you know, working with others. So I understand where you're coming from, and hopefully the space is more important than just one conference to have better diversification and representation.
That's a phenomenal question. Just again, guys, give it up for that. I think.
Can I add one more thing?
That needs to be a bit of a guiding light for events moving forward. Absolutely. Thank you for bringing that.
Seth, can I add one more thing? 10 seconds.
Yeah.
10 seconds.
Fellas, you want more women to come around? Take about 2 feet back when you're talking to these girls. For real. You look horrible. You do, and you're laughing because you know what I'm talking about. Listen, you meet some chick, you're like, she's here. Don't be like, where can I follow you? Where can I? She's gonna leave, and you're not gonna follow her anywhere. Take like 3 steps back. That's it. Figure it out from there. Don't creep them out.
That's called alpha. He's gonna drop them when you go to those yacht parties.
Go
Alpha.
beta, but you know what I mean? Like just
BD Alpha.
turn it down. Hit the middle.
So we got 2 minutes left.
We do. I'm still hoping we get a couple more cues from the audience for y'all to A.
Sir?
For those of us who don't want to chase and hunt down each individual NFT, are there any strong ways to just diversify and get exposure to the NFT space? Any, I don't know, DAOs or some other way to invest in these things without chasing down each individual, trying to make individual bets or time?
So is there a central place for all these things to be, like to find them? Like an index? Oh, I get it. Probably.
There is an EFT about to be launched around companies that are very focused in NFT. Funny enough, Playboy is a company that is pivoting into the NFT space very aggressively. So there is an EFT that's about to be launched that anyone can buy. There are a few DAOs, but it's not easy to join a DAO. But nothing yet that is very easy because, again, it's also hard because 99% of these projects lose money and, some of them are super expensive. There is no good solution yet that I'm aware of.
Yeah, it's a great question. I think People Pleaser DAO is probably leading the pack in NFT DAOs. With all this stuff, if you're not native in the space, it's not going to be like a traditional investment. And the way you're really going to learn or understand, like right from all, you're just really going to have to engage and put the time into like be in these Discord groups, like read these message boards, like understand what's going on, start learning who has good alpha, who's making good trades, like, and then figure out where like people you appreciate that you think are smart, where they're investing. And there are NFT DAOs. There are places that would be like an easy route where like, I think investing in NFTs, like bang for buck is like actually not good use of your time. Like there's so many NFTs everywhere. It's like so much noise. So you really have to find like that 1 or 2 things that really works for you and for your investing strategy. And so they're out there, and you just start your search and keep going.
Awesome, guys. I'm going to ask you to take literally 3 seconds to let folks know where to follow you, either on Twitter or Telegram. What's your handle?
The Mike Salvi everywhere. TheMikeSalvi. And I'll be right out there. Come say hi.
Eyal, where can they follow you?
My handle is my last name, Baumel, Baumel.
And Greg?
Crypto Gops at Telegram. So Crypto Gops.
Awesome. Audience, give it up for these excellent panelists.
Thank you, everyone.
Influence.